Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well, and today's challenge is going to be a little bit of an unusual one for me, or a little bit of an unusual one full stop. As you've seen in the title of this, it was called the Mental Health Diecast Challenge. And the reason for that is because I just wanted to touch upon mental health for 5 minutes. I'm not going to go on too much about it, obviously, because this is a challenge video, but I just wanted to touch upon it. It was something that came up yesterday on, I think it was That's a Man's Diecast. He was doing a live and they were talking about all different sorts of subjects back and forth, and mental health popped up, and I watch his channel quite a bit. You know, I don't always comment on everybody's channels when I watch them, but he, you know, I think he called Mark from That's a Man Diecast, and he's a generally nice guy. He talks some really good stuff, talks about some really important issues, and it just rang a bell with me. You know, as I suffer from mental health, I've suffered from mental health for nearly 20 years now, you know, and it's been a bane of my life, so to speak. It stopped me from working at different periods in my life, you know, and half the reason I got into diecast was because of mental. It's a good centre for your mental health, you know, other like-minded people, you know, and stuff like that, and it just gives you something to centre on. So that's all this. All I wanted to basically say is you know, is that we live in very scary times at the moment. We've had this, and we still have this horrible pandemic going on, and you know, and then obviously all the stuff with the Ukraine at the moment, and all the struggles they're going through, and it's just frightening times, and it can play a real role with your mental health, you know. And I just wanted to say that this challenge is just to say we're aware of it. You know, I don't think it gets spoke about enough. I think people are frightened to admit they have mental health issues. If you know, if you people actually met me in real life, you'd be quite surprised that I have mental health issues, because I'm quite a fit and strong person. But it doesn't take no prisoners, mental health. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are physically, socially, mentally, whatever. It hits you. It hits you. So this challenge is just about mental health awareness. I just thought I'd raise the point and say to all my subscribers that if I can ever help anybody out there, I'm always here. You know, on an end of a message, you know, a text, a message or an email. You know, I'll always help anybody I can, and that's what I get from this community is a sense of everybody. That's the best thing about this community, is diecast community, is there is so many nice people out there that want to help with different things, and you know, but so basically the idea of this challenge is there is no rules with it. There's nothing. All you got to do is, I'm gonna, as you can see in the background, I've got about 7 or 8 cars there. I'm just going to show my 7 cars, and if you want to be part of this challenge, all you do is to be you know, part of this challenge, just show whatever you like. There's no rules. You know, show 10 cars, 20 cars, 30 cars, you know, and show anything you like, any make, any model. By participating in this challenge, you're just saying that we're supporting mental health. That's what I wanted to basically do. Like I said, a bit of an unusual thing. It's been playing on mine for a few days now. I just thought I wanted to just say something about it. So, and I know that everybody is touched by mental health at some point in their lives, and it's not, people don't want people feeling sorry for them, they just want people to understand, and so that's what I'm saying, is I understand. And let's get on with the challenge. I'm going to show some Ford F100s as part of my challenge, and like I said, have a go at this challenge. It's not about, you know, copying what cars I've done. You can if you like, but it's just about showing some diecast and saying that you're out there and we all support and sing from the same hymn sheet, as my dad would say. And with that, let's get straight into the challenge. So as you can see, I will move them out of the way a bit because my camera likes to flip out a little bit if there's things in the background. So we'll start straight off with my favourite one that's here. This is one from Matchbox. As you can see, it says MBRR Services, and this is a piece that's pretty cool. I think it's from the Matchbox Collectors, I think. I'm just trying to look on the box briefly to see which one it is. Yeah, Matchbox Collectors Edition. But it is a very cool piece. You can see it's got the sort of their own version of the real rider wheels. And obviously it's all painted details, lights are done nicely. You know, it's got the two-tone interior. It is a lovely, lovely piece. And it's not far off scale actually, because if you compare it to the next piece that I'm going to show, which is a green light, which most green lights are usually are spot on for their scale size. This is pretty much, apart from a bit wider, it's pretty much the same scale. So anyway, this is a 56 Ford F100 pickup. Just trying to get light, yeah, 56 Ford pickup, but it is a Ford F100 pickup. So that is pretty cool. Then the second one is from Greenlight, and again, this is an auto repair one, 24/7 tow truck. And this is a 56 Ford F100. And as far as I'm aware of, these used to have a flathead V8 in them. But pretty cool. So that is pretty cool in the green. And then we're going to go to some older versions. This is one I restored a while ago. This was actually one of my older son's cars that he played with for years, and gave it to me and said, "Can you do anything with it?" And it was back in the days when I first started customizing, even spraying. It's one of my, you know, when I first started doing it, and all I can see when I look at it is things I would have done differently. But to be honest, it hasn't turned out too bad. But this is a Ford 1955 Ford F100 panel van. Yeah, see, panel delivery, 1956. But pretty cool nonetheless. So it's obviously slightly older than the 56, and there's differences as well. If you look at the fronts, they are different. As you can see, that's got like the V bit in the front, and this one's got the straighter part in the front. Now, whether that's something to do with the V8 engine or it's just to do with the design, I don't know. As I know, not all F100s are V8s. They did do other engine sizes, straight sixes and whatnot. And this is another 55. This is a recent one from Matchbox. Same van, as you can see, it's 55 Ford F100 panel delivery. And you can see the changes. They go with plastic wings nowadays. There's actually a completely different casting, actual fact. This is the older casting. I prefer the older because it was all die cast. I do like this piece, but I do think they've cheapened it a bit with the plastic arches rather than just do a different paint job. They made it two-tone with the plastic, but it's still a good piece. And then obviously one I showed, I think yesterday. So this is, I'm presuming this is a 56 because it's got the straight front to it, and this is obviously the Moon Eyes sort of hot rod version of the panel van, 56 Ford. See, so that is pretty cool. And I will stay tuned because I will be doing a wheel swap on this at some point. I'm not sure when, but I will be doing a wheel swap in detail on that one. And then to some newer versions. This is a 68 Ford F100 pickup. Just have a little check that I'm right, because sometimes I do get it wrong. Yeah, it is the Ford F100. And this has got Tupelo grease co on the side. And I'm not sure if that's a moulding error, but to me it looks like it's actually, because they've tried simulating rust on this, and they've done a nice job, Greenlight. You know, when Greenlight get it right, they get it right. And the arch this side looks pretty much perfect. So, but even if this is a moulding defect, it's appropriate because they've tried replicating rust anyway. And obviously it's got the engine detail there, so that is a particular favourite of mine. And then the last one is this, I think it's a 72 Ford F100 pickup from Greenlight as well, with the 1920 Indian Scout on the back. If I can get it off, there you go. So again, nice, got a bit of bed stoop to it, but I've just managed to, I've just unpopped the bumper, there you go. Bit of Greenlight quality for you, but that's no problems. But again, nice in the sort of, say it's like, it looks white on the camera, but it's actually cream and red. And again, very nice piece with the opening bonnet. And I'll have to glue that bumper in a bit. And then a quick look at the Indian Scout. And even though it is just rubber, they have done a really good job with this, in my opinion. I have heard people complain saying it was pity the wheels don't move and it's not made from diecast, but it is still pretty cool. You get this little trailer with it with an articulating back, and it is metal, and obviously that's part of the wheel piece to hold it on. But I do like my Indian motorbikes, I must admit. But anyway, with that, like I said, bit of a strange one. I'm not one for usually talking about personal issues, or I wouldn't call it a rant. It's not a rant. I just felt like I should mention it just to let people know that, you know, we all are all one big community, that we all are in the same boat. And like I said, have a go, don't have a go, you know, it's no problem. But if you do have a go, like I said, all you've got to do is just show your diecast in support of mental health. That's what it's about. And with that, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, thanks for all your support, and I'll speak to you all very soon.